right about now, be going to the first panel conversation. And this afternoon, it would be moderated by Israel Obatunde. He is the CEO, Ideas Origin Media. And the conversation will be around operational mastery, scaling Nigerian startups and organizations for global impact. Very distinguished guest, ladies and gentlemen, with a warm round of applause, can we make welcome to the stage, Israel Obatunde. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's amazing to see our beautiful and handsome faces. This session is a passionate one to me because this is a part where most startup businesses like mine fall into, and conversation around this has to be had almost every other day. So I will just quickly bring on stage some of the amazing minds that will be having these conversations together. Please, can you please join me to celebrate and jam your hands together to welcome the Senior VP Processing Fincra Technologies Nigeria, Ikena Ozu Eze. Please. Thank you so much. Alongside with him, please can you please help me welcome the CEO of RefTop Homes Nigeria, Mr. David Asoga. Yeah. As we're doing that, please can you welcome with me the CEO, Exejet Limited, Captain Tolu Ita. I hope I'm pronouncing the names very well. Okay, and finally, please help me welcome the CEO of Extra Large Farms and Resorts, Moji David. Okay, good afternoon. Great man and our wonderful man in the house. Like I said, operational mastery is a very big topic that I think is critical to us in Nigeria because of so many factors, from managing your talents or your staffers to the internal intricacies and also the externals of running a business in a typical Nigeria. I used to say, or I do say that any Nigerian that is running a business in Nigeria truly deserves a medal because it's a very, 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 very tough business terrain. So I'll be starting with you, Ikena. You've worked across a couple of organizations and you've gathered your experience over the years. So when we are talking about mastering operations, what does that entail to you?
All right then. So mastering operations to me, in all honesty, it's not about perfection. Because in my experience, going across different industries, I've been fortunate enough to be in the fintech industry. I've had my hand in banking, I've had my hand in insurance, in health tech, right? Also in the non-conventionals, right, such as the crypto space. And what I've come to realize is that when it comes to mastering operations, it's not about getting it perfect, but it's about creating a system where even in your worst days, your customers trust you. It's about creating a situation where even when it looks like things are not going great, internally you could be burning, but your customers just have that absolute trust that you will deliver. Operational mastery for me is literally putting all the right tools, the right processes in place to ensure that what you are building is not people-driven, but system-driven. That's operational mastery to me. When somebody's exit doesn't impact the business, but instead business would always thrive. That's what it is to me.
Thank you so much. Thank you for for mentioning the word perfection. I think this will lead me to Mr. David. The real estate business is, I mean, is one of those businesses that is very, very inconsistent in terms of policies. And we know that things can change in a very few seconds. So how have you been able to maintain a level of operational excellence without having to compromise on quality and standard?
Okay, thank you very much. In that regard, one thing that kept you going is the vision you have. Because along the way, you meet so many things. And like one of my coach he said, in Nigeria, you can do everything right and still fail. And I will give you an example in the real estate industry. And as I tell people, I don't believe in 100%, only, I don't have the percentage that will want to come to the business and his own thing is to come and scam people and go. Like yesterday, we are taught that we need to celebrate our failure. And in this part of the world, once you fail, they call you criminals. They call you out on social media and all those things. And they forgot that great people we see today doing great excellence in business, they all fade at the point of time. So when it comes to real estate in Nigeria, you have to put your integrity at the forefront. And my advice is do everything you know that is best to do to keep your operation going, because anything can happen.
Please, can we celebrate him? Because he just touched a point where I know most of us will want to ask questions about, and that is the fact or the rising threat of so-called real estate owners that are not actually real estate owners.
Before you move,
Yeah.
I just want to give you an example. It happened to Oxo. We bought a land in Ekpe in 2021. We did all the due diligence. And what we saw that the other boundary side, that is where the government want to build a food hub. But switched to 2024, we just wake up to see that they are expanding their fence to our side. And we own 25 acres. But I'm talking to you currently, almost 19 to 18 acres is gone to the government. And we have, just to keep our integrity, I have to go and buy another land, develop, and reallocate those people there, communicate with them. So, like I said, you can do everything right in this country and still fail. So my advice to everyone is, when you see a business fall, don't quick judge.
Yeah.
Go and do your due diligence.
Yeah. Can we celebrate it for that? Talking about when you see a business fall, don't judge so quickly. There was a time when agriculture was the new thing in Nigeria, and you know our people, once something don't happen, everybody just follows. And I know there was this conversation here and there about bring some money, invest into agriculture, it gives you return on investment, but unfortunately, nobody was considering the operational hazard and the high cost of maintenance, considering that in Nigeria, we don't have access to, some facilities that will help you get mechanized farming working in quotes. So operationally, how does that tell, or how have you been able, from experience, to create profit and also relate to every of your consumers or customers with enough trust and belief in your business?
So thank you very much. I think before I answer that question, people need to know me, threading on a part where you don't find many females, yeah, and I've been able to, by the special grace of God, manage the company and, striving for excellence each day. It's our 18th year in agribusiness. So I need to tell a little story about us so you understand the journey, and talking about what my brother was saying just now, and talking about, rounding it up around operational mastery and efficiency. So my name is Moji David. I'm the MD, I'm not the CEO. I'm the Group Managing Director of Extra Large Farms, Foods, and Resorts. So we are an agricultural company in Nigeria, and we are the pioneers of digital farming you just spoke about now.
Wow, amazing.
We pioneered
This
it.
can we celebrate
Yes. After us came Farm Crowdy. I don't know if any of you remember
Yeah.
Farm Crowdy. We were the two companies. We started it first, few months, about 8-9 months after Farm Crowdy came out. And I make bold to say today that we, Extra Large Farms, is the only surviving digital farming company that is still not scammed anybody.
Wow.
Where people are able to farm, put their money into agricultural investments, sit back at home, we run the packages and all that, and then people are getting paid as at when due. So maybe we should even be a fintech company. I like that.
Yeah, we have them in there.
Because where you send your money on an errand and you have peace of mind and everything goes smoothly, then so that's what we've been doing, but we've been doing it in the agri space. So and it didn't start by us just waking up one day. I think that's a major problem. So apart from the fact that you can do things right in Nigeria and something still makes you fail, another thing that is a problem, a major problem in Nigeria, is people don't take their time to really understand the business they are going to. You just say, because my neighbor is into this, my brother is into this, oh, I love what this person is doing, I just want to do it. You don't really take your time to, learn about the business before going all out for it. And then secondly, talking about, especially when it has to do with funding and bringing in other people's money, you understand? So I always tell our team, if you want to fail alone. Don't fail with other people's money. So we started agriculture about 18 years ago. Like I said, my husband and I were out of the country, and one day, I'm an accountant. I'm an unrepentant accountant, and I actually grew up dreaming to be the first female central bank governor of Nigeria. And that was why I went to study accounting, But down the line, I got married. We were out of the country, just finding, how everybody's looking for greener pastures. And one day, very early in the morning, my husband woke me up and said, God said we should go back to Nigeria and do agric. It's like the weirdest thing anybody wants to hear. And I'm like, okay, oh, thank God. I know you're a man of God, and you also know I'm a praying woman. So please, I release you to go. God will be with you. You will excel. But I will be here praying for you. So he said, but that's not the plan of God for a marriage. I'm like, oh God, I don't enter. So I said, well, give me some time. Let me pray about it and all. And the rest is history. We came back, going back to what you said, we came back with funds. We started very well and all that with our own money, thankfully. We saw Shege, we saw Pepe, and we lost. We lost almost everything we came in with, and we had to start all over again. And 9 years down the line, we just woke up one day and said, we've come into this agri space. We've done a lot. I remember the first project we did that time was cassava. And in the particular space where we were, we had, commissioners of police here, retired senators and all in our space where we had the farm projects. And everybody was failing to the extent that they were giving up their lands. Oh, do you need the land? They don't even want to, just be using it, And this is the terrain that we have come into. Coming into Nigeria, and this is what we have to face. Like I remember asking my husband when he said go to farming, I said, did you say farm or pharmacist? So, and then we came and it was so full of challenges and all that. But knowing what you want and knowing the road to get there, because if you don't know where you're going, everywhere will look like the place. So, yeah, there will be a lot of challenges along the way, but you have to still stand strong. So when we went through all the challenges, acquisition of land is an headache till tomorrow in Nigeria. They say you have C of O, but in this part of the planet, in Yoruba they say, "Ẹni tó bá rí ewúrẹ́ ló máa rí okùn tó wà lọ́rùn ẹ̀." You know, it's when you see, it's when you see your goat that is missing that you're going to see the mark you made on it. Farmland acquisition, security. You can imagine going to farm to cultivate your farm and all that, and it comes to the harvest time, people are already waiting for you. You take a minute to go out, maybe you just feel like, oh, let me go home for some time. Before you come back, they have helped you to harvest on your behalf. That's all your labor gone, you know. Another challenge, you go to the marketplace. In fact, I learned in a very bitter way that you don't come to Nigeria and start speaking English. That's even an odd against you, especially in my field, agriculture. And you now say, you have come, I have the best products and all. And we are into organic farming in extra large. So, but no matter how good your product is, you don't come and speak English. Speak the language that they understand. You understand? So all those things. Then we also learned that you do not, in fact, the beginning of the failure of a farmer in Nigeria is going to farm for passion. I'm sorry to say, passion will sustain, ordinary just passion in its own will not sustain anybody in agriculture in Nigeria. You know, so you have to put into consideration how you intend to sell the produce even before you go to farm. You know, so all those things helped us, you know, to sharpen what we do and made us sustainable up to this present moment. So much more that we now graduated, apart from just farming. We have 21 food products to our name, sold in 14 different countries of the world.
Wow.
We have,
Wow.
you know, offices, branches, representatives in about 5 continents, you know. And then we graduated also from that to pioneer again. We are known for pioneering things, to pioneer agri-tourism in Nigeria and Africa. And I'm not just the group MD of Extra Large Farms, I'm the president and convener of the World Agri-Tourism Festival that holds in 5 different countries around the world.
Wow. You see,
So, rounding up, know what you want, know where you're going, know how you intend to get there, and be focused.
so I love how you've been able to set the narrative of this conversation for us. You've touched on certain critical points, which is being clear about your vision, and passion is not enough. However, again, even when you are clear, or even God told you, as religious as we can be, it doesn't mean that challenges will not arise.
Yes.
That will make you fail. So the question now is, there is this part of you being reflective in the business as the founder, and your husband as well, being an accountant, being passionate, being loving to do farming and agriculture. Structurally, if you would talk to a startup today, what were the things that you had to put in place? Having learned from some of your failures, what are the structural decisions you had to put in place to position yourself for success
Thank you very
have
much.
now?
If I wouldn't waste time trying to talk about that, I think the one line I'll tell anybody in the room is, no matter how successful you are, do not ever let go of your hustling spirit. Don't get to a point where you feel, oh, I'm the CEO, I'm the MD, oh, let my boys go and do that, you know. Be there. Even as you're creating the structures, you're setting the structures in place, be part of it. Let them see you. You lead by doing. Don't say go and do it. Do it and let them see you do it.
Amazing.
You know, we ventured, we are now into agritourism. We own the biggest luxury farm resort in Nigeria and Africa now, a place where people come for their holidays, company retreats and all that. So it's a new thing entirely. I find myself sometimes having to be in the kitchen with the staff because I have an idea of what I want our guests to be fed with. As you say, oh, there are so many chefs that are paid, let them do it. Sometimes I have to be with the housekeepers, the cleaners. This is how, to the glory of God, I'm well traveled. I have an idea in my head. People are coming here, this is a farm. They are already expecting some kind of, low kind of treatment. But we want to let them know, okay, even though you are in a farm, you are in a village, but you're going to be given an international touch of hospitality. So even to laying the bed, washing the toilet, making sure that this cup is supposed to be placed this side, this not. Don't say you are the boss. Be there. Create the structure, stay with the structure, operate it with them. When they know that there is no job that your MD, your CEO cannot do, then no manager or no whoever is coming to tell you any stories.
Amazing. Please, can we celebrate her? I think this is where I come back to you, Ikene, and this is because you are an expert in scaling. And from our story, we could see how they were able to project from Nigeria and beyond Nigeria. However, there is a peculiar problem with African owners, right? The moment you get, or most of African owners get to the point of trying to move from themselves to scaling to become a much more bigger business, there used to be a problem. Is either they fail back or they fail off, right? And which is why we have few African businesses. We have conglomerates, but few African businesses that last in the time. So what does scaling mean? How do we do it right in Africa? This question is to me, is to every business owner in this hall, and to Africa as well.
Okay. All right then. So I'm going to speak on this from the point of view of having scaled from Nigeria to Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, South Africa, right? I'm currently scaling into the entire Francophone Africa as at now. And when I mean now, I mean as at up to 10 minutes ago. I'm just getting the confirmation that, yeah, we're good to go, guys. Right? So scaling for us means that the biggest challenge when it comes to the fintech industry is that we are not united. And that's because every country has its own compliance requirements. Right, we're an industry that is very heavily regulated. And when it comes to moving across borders, going from one place to another place, the biggest advice I can give on how to scale is be a local. Now, if you go into Kenya with your Nigerian mindset, you will lose. If you go into Ghana with the Nigerian mindset, you are going to fail. Everywhere you go into, you have to be a local. You have to adapt to their customs. You have to understand the culture, what is the norm, what is the compliance framework in there, and then you build your infrastructure not to walk around it, but to be a partner to what everybody expects. That way, for the Ghanaian that is coming to use your product, for him it's natural. For the Kenyan coming to use your product, for him it's natural, right? So the biggest advice I would always give you is, first of all, understand your markets. Be a local. If you have to go there and sit there for months before you launch, do it. If you have to go in, not even because you want to go and sell your product, you just want to see what the landscape is, go there and do it. You have to also build the right regulatory frameworks, because guess what? People treat compliance and treat doing the right thing as something that comes after. But that's going to be your biggest bottleneck when you want to scale, right? So your biggest challenge is that from the start, get it right. You have to know how to get it right from the beginning. You have to know what's going to be allowed in that market. And once you understand what is allowed in that market, you operate within the confines of what is allowed. While still innovating, you are definitely going to scale. And at the point where others start getting shut down, when they get too big because they didn't get it right, you will just continue to excel because you did it right from the start. So yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Mr. David, I'll be taking this from experience and information around your industry. I think I might be opinionistic about it. That is a bit polarized in the sense that you could take your time to groom great minds in your business, create a level of bureaucracy and hierarchy around your structure, and someday the person has disappeared and started next door, Abiola Homes, leveraging on your network. How have you been able to keep your system in check with the saturation that is in your industry?
Okay. Well, the truth is, we can't dispute that you train somebody and overnight you become your competitors, you know. But I asked this question one day and I said, the more people you train and then go, see it as CSR.
CSR.
Yes.
Please, can we?
Continue.
That's a big one.
You know, you will train more people and they will leave you. But what you just need to do is build your system that if anybody is hesitating, it will not stop you. I'll give you an example. There's this young man, when he come to work with us, told me clearly that I just want to use 1 year with you. I'm interested in this business I want to start. I told him, okay, no problem. But when he started working, I love his energy and everything. And I tried to say, okay, do you know what? Let us make you the general manager and all those things. And I made the general manager, and before you know, he resigned and said, I want to leave. To be honest with you, I was not happy. Understand? But I just give a second thought. No problem. You can go. I give him my blessing. Today, wherever he goes all over the world, he still referred to me as his boss. And one thing I understand as an entrepreneur is we need to die empty. We need to pour into others. And my advice to every employee is don't burn the bridge.
Yeah.
You may need that person tomorrow. Human beings, we are not isolated. You can't do things alone. Before 3 days ago, he still come to me. He said, I want to see you. And he gave his, I said, okay, you do mistake here. Correct this place. Move this way. So we just need to see that, okay, Agba for long and move on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope we walk back for long and move on. Okay, we have just few minutes left. I think in the mindset of being links to others, I think this is where we give ourselves advices and we talk to everyone in this house. If you have a word, what would be your statement as a panelist to everyone in the house in terms of operational mastery?
I'm trying to pick one out of many things I had in mind to say. So talking about operational mastery, nobody's an island of knowledge. You know, the day you stop learning is the day you start failing. So don't ever grow to a point where you feel, I know it all. And that's the purpose of this type of, summits and network events that we all attend. Seek to learn more. People in your industry, even outside your industry that are doing better, set a standard, have a mentor, have an industry, have someone that is doing better than you that you're looking at or aiming to be like, so that you are having a higher standard every time. When you exceed there, sometimes you're looking up to somebody and maybe for grace, you're able to now exceed that person, then look for someone higher again, so that your standards can always be high, and then you bring that back home, which makes you be a master in your operations. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very much. To you, Mr. Ikene, if there's one thing you wish you had known when you started with BAC, and you want everybody here to know, what would be that advice?
Again, just like she said, it's always the difficulty of what's that one advice, because there's too much, right? But I think the very first thing I'll say is focused discipline and focused execution. We really struggle in Nigeria, or generally in Africa, not because we don't know what to do, but because we easily get distracted. Focused execution is a skill that a lot of people don't have, right? They don't know how to do it. It means you just identify that one thing you need to do and you stop at nothing to get it done. You have a blocker, you get it solved. You don't stop until the needle actually moves. You know, it's a situation where when it comes to that focused execution, people look at the work as the goal instead of the needle actually moving as the goal. So if there's one advice that I would say to anybody, is just that have that focused discipline over yourself and ensure that focused execution is what keeps you going. And that's it.
Thank you very much. I think we would love to hear that one thing from you as well.
One thing I will tell everyone, I will use myself as an example. We started our company 5 years ago, and our breakthrough coming between from the third year. Now, what I'll tell you is keep on building what you are building. You may not look like it today. You may feel discouraged. People may mock you. I've been mocked before, but those people that mock me today, I still pay school fees for all of their children. So please don't give up. Keep on doing what you are doing. At the end of the day, results go show.
And let's give it up to him. Now we'll give up, fuck up.
Permit me to officially say this openly. I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Akinpelu, of course, for having us here this afternoon, but most importantly, for his support towards the World Agri-Tourism Summit we had in the UK 3 weeks ago. He flew in, even though he just left London about 4 days to that time, he came back again, you know, just to support what we are doing. I don't know where you are, Prof. I call him Prof. I want to say a very big thank you from all of us at Extra Large Farms and Resorts, and of course, from all of us at the World Agri-Tourism Initiative. And it's nice to let you all know that out of everything you know him to be, he's also a global agri-tourism ambassador with us at the World Agri-Tourism Initiative. Thank you so much, Dr. Akinpelu. God bless.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aki. Please, can we celebrate our panelists? I think it's been an insightful session. Thank you so much for listening to us. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, can we give a round of applause once again?